Come on, don't drop them. This is all for the thumbnail. For the thumbnail. I got this. No, I don't. Oh my god. Hi, welcome to another video. Today we are doing my autumn TBR, to be read. I am very ambitious with my list of books that I want to try to get to in the fall. So autumn starts here in the region in which I live. It starts on September 23rd. So, oh, actually that just reminded me. One moment. So as I was saying, because technically the fall season starts like end of September, one of the books is on my current like September TBR sort of. It's a long book, so I'm not even sure I'm gonna get to it. But yeah, this is a very hopeful, very wishful TBR for fall. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of it, but I think, oh, actually, when does fall end? Oh, okay, it says right here. Oh geez, this is a very hopeful TBR for fall. Autumn season begins on September 22nd or 23rd and ends on December 21st or 22nd. So that's like 2 months. That's bullshit. September, October, November, December. Okay, it's more like 3 months. Anyways, let's get into this pile that I have. And the pile isn't even all of it. So the first book is one of the only books that is carrying over from my summer TBR, and that's only because A, I didn't get to it, and B, I kind of feel like it fits for the fall season, and that is The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. And it says, I think I read this last time, but you know, new video, so read it again. Kinshashank owes let's try that again. Kinshashank owns the Takers Guild a small fortune for his education as a thief, which includes, but is not limited to, lockpicking, knife fighting, wall scaling, fall breaking, lie weaving, and trap making, plus a few other small magics. His debt has driven him to lie in wait by the old forest road, planning to rob the next traveler who crosses his path. But today, Kinshashank has picked the wrong mark. Galva is a knight, a survivor of the brutal goblin wars and handmaiden of the goddess of death. She is searching for her queen, missing since a distant northern city fell to giants. Unsuccessful with his robbery and lucky to escape with his life, Kinch now finds his fate entangled with Galva's common enemies and uncommon dangers force thief and knight on an epic journey where goblins hunger for human flesh, krakens hunt in dark waters, and honor is a luxury few can afford. I really am excited to read this book. I have to get to it. I'll probably like read it right like start of October. I don't know. I say that every fucking time, but there isn't enough freaking time in the world to read all these books. Also, like sometimes I read these blurbs and I'm so excited. Like this one sounds like so much fun, but then there are books that I read that and like they don't end up really having that aspect that I really want. So I don't know. I have high hopes for it, but I'm also trying to not be too, you know, excited about it, I guess. The next book that I'm probably going to get to in October, well, I'm definitely going to get to in October because it is for my book club that we meet in October. It's the book that I picked for my book club, is A Dark and Secret Place by Jen Williams. I have not read any of her horror yet, but I am excited to try this out. So this says, when prodigal daughter Heather Evans returns to her family home after her mother's baffling suicide, she makes an alarming discovery. Stacks and stacks of carefully preserved letters from notorious serial killer Michael Reeve, the Red Wolf, as he was dubbed by the press, has been in prison for over 20 years, serving a life sentence for the gruesome and ritualistic murders of several women across the country, although he has always protested his innocence. The police have had no reason to listen, yet Heather isn't the only one who to have cause to re-examine the murders. The body of a young woman was just found, dismembered and placed inside a tree, the corpse planted with flowers, just as the Red Wolf once did. What did Heather's mother know? Why did she kill herself? And with the monstrous Red Wolf safely locked inside a maximum security prison, who is stalking young women now? Teaming up with D.I. Ben Parker, Heather hopes to get some answers for herself and for the newest victims of this depraved murderer. Yet to do that, she must speak to Michael Reeve and expose herself to truths she may not be ready to face. Something dark is walking in the woods, and it knows her all too well. It sounds really good. Next. House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. This is the same author who wrote Year of the Witching, and I really like that book. It was very gothic. I loved it. All right, this says, wanted, blood maid of exceptional taste, must have a keen proclivity for life's finer pleasures. Girls of weak will need not apply. Marion Shaw has been raised in the slums, where want and deprivation are all she knows. Despite longing to leave the city and its mysteries, she has no real hope of escape until the day she spots a peculiar listing in the newspaper seeking a blood maid. Though she knows little about the far north, where wealthy nobles live in luxury and drink the blood of those in their service, Marion applies to the position. In a matter of days, she finds herself the newest blood maid at the notorious House of Hunger. There, Marion is swept into a world of debauchery, and at the center of it all is Countess Lisavette. The countess who presides over this hedonistic court is loved and feared in equal measure. She takes a special interest in Marion. Lisavette is magnetic, and Marion is eager to please her new mistress. But when she discovers that the ancient walls of the House of Hunger hide even older secrets, Marion is thrust into a vicious game of cat and mouse. She'll need to learn the rules of her new home and fast, or its halls will soon become her grave. Oh, that sounds so freaking good. Gosh, do you know how hard it is to film this video, to make a TBR, and then read every little like blurb and tell yourself, oh, get to that one next, and then you just have all these other books that you're trying to finish? Next. A House with Good Bones by T. Kingfisher. T. Kingfisher has been a pretty good hit so far for me. Mom seems off. Her brother's words echo in Sam Montgomery's ear as she turns onto the quiet North Carolina street where their mother lives alone. She brushes the thought away as she climbs the front steps. Sam's excited for this rare extended visit and looking forward to nights with just the two of them, drinking boxed wine, watching murder mystery shows, and guessing who the killer is long before the characters figure it out. Yeah, that's not me. I never figure out who the killer is. But stepping inside, she quickly realizes home isn't what it used to be. Gone is the warm, cluttered charm her mom is known for. Now the walls are painted a sterile white. Her mom jumps at the smallest noise and looks over her shoulder even when she's the only person in the room. And then Sam... you are distracting me, cat. What is she doing? Okay, I apologize. My cat has zoomies. What was I saying? And when Sam steps out back to clear her head, she finds a jar of teeth hidden beneath the magazine-worthy rose bushes, and vultures are circling the garden from above. You're destroying my couch. Goodness gracious, she keeps interrupting me. To find out what's got her mom so frightened in her own home, Sam will go digging for the truth, but some secrets are better left buried. Southern Hospitality to Die For. This one is based on, I think so. Oh no, it's the other one. What Moves the Dead is the one that's based on like a Edgar Allan Poe short story or something. Next, The Night We Burned by S.F. Kosa. Kosa? I'm not sure. I got this one like years ago. I need to read it. Her past was in ashes until it came roaring back once more. Dora is always aware of the line between fact and fiction. As a fact checker at an online magazine, her job depends on it. And as a woman outrunning her secrets, so does her life. But when a colleague decides to pursue a story about a murder in her hometown, one linked to a deadly fire at a cult compound 20 years prior, all of Dora's carefully spun deceptions are suddenly at risk. As Dora works with her colleague, altering facts to hide her past along the way, she's thrown back into a world she tried desperately to leave behind. One of ritual and belonging, of danger and darkness, a world where two girls promised to help each other through until it all went up in flames. As her lies pile up, so do the murders, until Dora realizes she won't be lucky enough to escape twice. Cults. Gotta love them. All right, next, Thistlefoot by Jenna Rose Nethercott? Not entirely sure how to read that author's name. Jenna Rose Nethercott, I think. The Yaga siblings, Bellatine, a young woodworker, and Isaac, a wayfaring street performer and con artist, have been estranged since childhood, separated both by resentment and by wide miles of American highway. But when called to receive a mysterious inheritance, the siblings are reunited, only to discover that their bequest isn't land or money, but something far stranger. A sentient house on chicken legs. Well, yeah. You guys are called the Yaga siblings. What'd you think? Thistlefoot, as the house is called, has arrived from the Yaga's ancestral home in Eastern Europe, but not alone. A sinister figure, known only as the Long Shadow Man, has stalked it across continents, bearing violent secrets from the past. Fiery memories that have hidden in Isaac and Bellatine's blood for generations. Memories that have begun to awaken as the Yaga siblings embark with Thistlefoot on a cross-country theater tour. The Long Shadow Man follows in relentless pursuit, as do the specters of history, including the forgotten fate of a small shtetl. Okay. This is the word. Okay? I don't know what that means. Including the forgotten fate of a small shtetl and the house's original inhabitant, Baba Yaga. Ultimately, time, magic, and legacy must collide, erupting in a powerful conflagration to determine who gets to remember the past and craft a new future. A sweeping adventure illuminated by Jewish folklore and adorned with lyrical prose as tantalizing and sweet as briarberries. I don't know what the fuck that is. Thistlefoot is an immersive, modern fantasy saga in a bold new talent. By a bold new talent. What the fuck is a shtetl? I'm Googling it because I do not accept remaining oblivious. The Yiddish term for town. Okay, we couldn't just write town? Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The next books are part of series, one of which I do not have all of them yet, but it is on the way. Toofus, please don't rub your face on my books. I love you, honey, but please don't rub your face on my books, because you spit all over them. Yes, so I have these two books that are in the, what the hell is it called again? The Bitch Queen or something like that? Chronicles of the Bitch Queen, which, gotta love that title for a trilogy. Yeah, so Chronicles of the Bitch Queen. So I have the first one and the second one, The Wolf of Oren-Yaru and the Ikasar Falcon. The third one, The Dragon of Jin Sai Yang, is on its way because these are the fancy broken binding ones. But my goal is to, in the fall, start the first one or read the first one, and if I like it, finish the trilogy. If I don't like it, then, you know, probably not continue it. And if I'm just about it, then just progressively make it through. But the point is, if I do like it, to finish it, to actually complete it. I'm just gonna read what the first one says because, you know, it's so freaking pretty. Hold on, I gotta show it off. So yeah, I mean, it looks like this. Okay. And then, I never thought that I would really be into special edition books, but then I got the broken binding. And the broken binding has taught me that special pretty books are very cool. Ta-da! I mean, shit, look at that. Also, the end papers, I love them. Anyways, what was I saying? The Wolf of Oren-Yaru. They called me the Bitch Queen, the She-Wolf, because I murdered a man and exiled my king the night before they crowned me. Born under the crumbling towers of her kingdom, Queen Taliene was the shining jewel and legacy of the bloody war of the wolves. It nearly tore her nation apart, but her arranged marriage to the son of a rival clan heralds peace. However, he suddenly disappears before their reign can begin, and the kingdom is fractured beyond repair. Years later, he sends a mysterious invitation to meet. Taliene journeys across the sea in hopes of reconciling their past. An assassination attempt quickly dashes those dreams. Stranded in a land she doesn't know with no idea whom she can trust, Taliene will have to embrace her namesake. A wolf of Oren-Yaru is not tamed. Oh, it sounds so good. It sounds so good. I don't know what else to say. It just sounds really fucking good. Okay, and then the next trilogy. This one is, I have all the books, and technically I did read the first one as an arc a long time ago. And that is the, what is this called again? Oh, right, the Covenant of Steel. So the Pariah is the first one, the Martyr is the second one, Traitor is the third one. I read the Pariah as an e-arc a long time ago, and I've decided to reread this and then finish the trilogy because I remembered really enjoying the first one, and I just never continued it because I told myself that I would buy the physical copy and then the rest of them because I really liked this one. And a friend of mine, Lorena, she read the whole trilogy and she's like, you'll have to tell me what you think because she liked it. So just gonna say the first book so that, you know, Don't have to do all of them. The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. Born into the troubled kingdom of Albermaine. Albermaine? Yes. I always struggle with the names, okay? Born into the troubled kingdom of Albermaine, Alwyn's scribe is raised as an outlaw. Quick of wit and deft with a blade, Alwyn is content with the freedom of the woods and the comradeship and the comradeship of his fellow thieves. But an act of betrayal sets him on a new path, one of blood and vengeance, which eventually leads him to a soldier's life in the king's army. Fighting under the command of Lady Evadine Corlane, a noblewoman beset by visions of demonic apocalypse, Alwyn must survive war and the deadly intrigues of the nobility if he hopes to claim his vengeance. I remember loving the beginning of this book. I remember thinking, wow, that's a fucking way to start a story. And the other thing that I remember really liking was how many different things the main character had to be. So he starts off as a thief, and then I think at one point he's a prisoner, and then he ends up being a soldier. And the entire time, you really get this sense that he is just one guy just trying to survive, just trying to find a way to get his vengeance, but in a minimal way, like in a, I just want to kill that one guy. Like, I don't want to kill everyone. I just want to kill the one guy. I just remember having that feeling. So yes, I'm excited to read the rest. These are some chonky books. There's some big boys. It's gonna be a good time. Now, I'm not finished. That was only the books that I physically own. But no, I decided that I needed to make things so much more interesting for myself. So some of them I will read like a synopsis, but some of them I won't. Particularly if they are like sequels. Well, okay, this is kind of the only one. And now I'll read them all. I'll read them all. I will do it. So, another book that I would like to get to in the fall. Why did this? The Art of Destiny is coming out in October. And I don't know if I'll get to it in October, but I definitely want to read it in the fall. I want to read it as quickly as possible because I loved The Art of Prophecy. It was so good. So The Art of Destiny, what it says here, is once there was a prophecy that a chosen one would rise to defeat the eternal Khan, an immortal god king, but the prophecy was wrong. Now, Jian, the former chosen hero, is just an ordinary young man trying to find his own way, but he may yet have an extraordinary destiny because he joins forces with Tai Shi, his grumpy grandmaster who instructs him in the ways of her family's powerful war art. Jian still has a long way to go before he can become her heir, so she recruits a band of elderly grandmasters who come out of retirement to whip him into shape and help with this one last job. Dude, I'm so excited for this. Tai Shi was, she's my spirit animal, and now more elderly grandmasters. I'm so excited. And there are others who are also seeking their own destiny, like Kisame, an assassin on a secret mission to protect a powerful noblewoman from her enemies. But as Kisame goes undercover to complete her mission, she takes on a new identity that gives her something she never had before: friendship, found family, and new purpose. Oh, I'm actually kind of interested in that. Sally also thought her fate was laid before her. She was supposed to be looking for the next eternal Khan, and now finds her clan exiled from everything she's ever known. As she leads the survivors in search of a new home, Sally discovers that she's something she never thought she could be: a leader and a revolutionary. Kind of saw that coming. Because sometimes destiny is grander than any prophecy can foresee, and the greatest destiny of all is the one you choose for yourself. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, next. Right. Okay. So this one was a nightmare, but the next book that I would like to read, I don't know, when is it coming out? Oh, it's coming out this month. It's coming out in September. It's Talon Sister by Jen Williams. I don't know when I'll get to it because it's not available in the United States. I tried like seeing if I could order it off Amazon or something. I ended up having to order it off of, Waterstones, I think, so that I could, I think I ordered it off Broken Binding because I want to support their business. But so it's Talon Sister, Jen Williams, coming out soon. I have no idea when I'll get to it. Hopefully I'll get to it in October, maybe September if I'm really being ambitious. When Soldier Levin was transformed into a herald, a magical killing machine in the Imperium's brutal conquest, Her mind was wiped clean, but strange visions still show her glimpses of the ancient and mysterious island of Brittletaine. Now, with the war won and the Imperium satisfied, she wants to find out who she really is. Envoy Cato has done a number of important little jobs for the Imperium, most of them nasty, all of them in the shadows. His newest assignment is to escort the bone crafter Ginid Tylee as she travels across the Imperium. But Tylee's ambition alarms even Cato, and her conviction that she has found a new source of Titan bones buried deep in the earth could lead to another, even bloodier war. Enos was raised by the Griffins and has never seen another human face. She lives wild on Brittletaine with her Talon sister, Tiruk. Tiruk, I'm gonna call her that. It says Tiruk, but I'm gonna say Tiruk. By choosing not to kill Enos when she was just a baby, the Griffins may have doomed themselves because the girl's past is coming for her, and it carries a lethal blade. Just sounds so good. I loved Jen Williams's The Ninth Reign, I forgot what it was called again. The whole trilogy, but The Ninth Reign, that trilogy, absolutely loved it. So I'm very much looking forward to, I think it's going to be a duology. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, next, a few more. I'm so sorry. It's taking forever. This video is going to be long as shit. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, my other physical book. This is the one that I'm going to try and fit at the end of September. The Labyrinth's Heart. It's the last book in the Rook and Rose trilogy. I'm so excited. I mean, I can read the back. Ren came to Nedezra with a plan. Pose as the long-lost daughter of a noble house, secure a fortune for herself and her sister, and vanish. But she should have known that in the City of Dreams, nothing is ever so simple. Now, she is Ren, con artist and thief. But she is also Renata, celebrated Trementis heir. She is Arenza, mysterious pattern reader and political rebel. And she is the Black Rose, a vigilante who fights alongside the legendary Rook. Even aided by Grey Serrato's sword and Derasi Vargo's wiles, it is too many masks for one person to wear, and as the dark magic at the heart of Nedezra builds to a storm, it's only a matter of time before one of the masks slips, and everything comes crashing down around them. I'm really excited. I loved book 1, adored book 2, and I'm so excited for the 3rd book. So excited. Okay, next. Okay, I gotta hurry up because my battery's dying. Yes, so the next book is Starter Villain, which sounds hilarious, and I'm pretty excited. It's coming out September, so I'll probably, I don't know, I'll get to it at some point, either probably in November or December. I don't know. This is a lot of these have very long blurbs. Inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who's running the place. Charlie's life is going nowhere fast. A divorced substitute teacher living with his cat in a house with his siblings want to sell. All he wants is to open a pub downtown. If only— Oh my god, hey! Fucking hey, guys! That scared the shit out of me. Yuna, can you like lay down right there? Just keep them separate. Okay, that's not laying down where I want you to, but good enough. What was I saying again? Right, let's just try that again. Inheriting your uncle's supervillain business is more complicated than you might think, particularly when you discover who's running the place. Charlie's life is going nowhere fast. A divorced substitute teacher living with his cat in a house his siblings want to sell. All he wants is to open a pub downtown if only the bank will approve his loan. Then his long-lost uncle Jake dies and leaves his supervillain business, complete with Island Volcano Lair, to Charlie. But becoming a supervillain isn't all giant laser death rays and lava pits. Jake had enemies, and now they're coming after Charlie. His uncle might have been a stand-up, old-fashioned kind of villain, but these are the real thing. Rich, soulless predators backed by multinational corporations and venture capital. It's up to Charlie to win the war his uncle started against a league of supervillains, but his unionized dolphins, hyper-intelligent talking spy cats, and a terrifying hench person at his side going bad is starting to look pretty good. In a dog-eat-dog world, be a cat. I love this. Okay, this one sounds like a good time, and I think it's gonna be a standalone too, so even better. All right, next is The Hexologists by Josiah Bancroft. I know that the author is the one who, what is it called again? Senlin Ascends, I think is the first book. I don't know, it's the Babel books. I haven't read those. I'm not really interested in reading them, but this one sounds really good. Oh god, it's another really long one. Jeez. I'm really working on that read aloud skill. Is and Warren Wilby are quite accustomed to helping desperate clients with the bugbears of city life. Aided by hexes and a bag of charmed relics, the Wilbys have recovered children abducted by chimney wraiths, removed infestations of barb-nosed incubi, and ventured into the gray plains of the unmade to soothe a troubled ghost. Well acquainted with the weird, they never shy away from a challenging case. But when they are approached by the royal secretary and told the king pleads to be baked into a cake, going so far as to wedge himself inside a lit oven, the Wilbys soon find themselves embroiled in a mystery that could very well see the nation turned on its head. Their effort to expose a royal secret buried under 40 years of lies brings them nose to nose with a violent anti-royalist gang, avaricious ghouls, alchemists who draw their power from a hell-like dimension, and a bookish dragon who only occasionally eats people. Armed with a love toughened by adversity and a stick of chalk that can conjure light from the darkness, hope from the hopeless, Is and Warren Wilby are ready for whatever springs from the alleys, graves, and shadows next. So I'll tell you why I'm so interested in this book. A, there's an established couple, and they face whatever it is that they do together. And I need more of that in my life. I need more of the we're married and we do this shit. Like, I feel like there's not enough of that, and I'm so excited for the hexologists just for that. Also for the bookish dragon that only occasionally eats people. All right, and then I have as well the Gin Bot of Shantyport. This one is coming out in October. The city of Shantyport is sinking. Rumor has it that the whole planet is scheduled for destruction, but even the ruling Tiger Clan claims they don't know a thing about it. Bador is a small monkey bot with a big attitude and bigger ambitions. He wants a chance to leave this dead-end planet and explore the universe on his own terms. But that would mean abandoning the family he loves, even if they do take him for granted. Lena wouldn't leave if she could. She might find her mildly exotifying? What? Lena wouldn't leave if she could. She might find her mildly self-exotifying tour guide job aggravating, sometimes, but she loves her city and would do anything for its people. In fact, she's been trained nearly from birth to do exactly that. But forces from before their time and above their authority level are coalescing whatever, around these two siblings, and when you throw a wish-granting piece of sentient off-world tech into the mix, neither the Tiger Clan or the tech billionaires are going to know what hit them. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's another one I'm excited about. Okay, and then I have two more that are on here. The first one is Bloody Rose, but I think Bloody Rose I'm gonna finish early September, so technically that won't really be on the fall TBR. And then the other one is Come With Me by Ronald Malfi, which is a book that is traveling around in one of my book clubs. We're just calling it our traveling book. I don't know when I'm gonna get it, so it's been traveling around for a while, so that's why I put it on my fall TBR, because I was like, maybe it's gonna come around to me, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just gonna mention it here, but I'm not like gonna give a whole blurb synopsis of it, because I don't even know if I'm gonna get around to that book in the fall. I don't know. But anyways, I feel like this is a good enough TBR, right? It's achievable, maybe. Hi, babe. Good morning. Okay, yeah, there was a lot of noise at one point. My battery is dying.